Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I wanted to actually change up the Raptor content. I know I've been inundating the channel with just specific Raptor content, but the idea of the channel was always to be something more than just some guy with a Raptor. I wanted to talk about all the different cars that I own, that I plan on owning, or that I can get my hands on. So today I want to kind of jump back to the original truck, the red F350 that's been on the channel, and it was actually in the very first video, but I didn't really do a proper introduction. A little bit of background about the truck. I picked it up in 2013 back in college for around $9,800, and that was pretty much a steal in my book for a 99 F350 7.3 liter with 70,000 miles at the time. It has 165,000 miles on it now because I put a ton of miles on it, but the reason I got it for a good price was it had a ton of rust issues, mostly to the frame, and some really serious rust issues. As the truck very clearly says, I have a thing for custom LEDs, whether it be off-road LED lights, marker lights, or strobe lights, and this truck was kind of both the project truck and my mad dream imagination. I genuinely don't think there's a single LED bulb or bulb in general on this truck that is still factory. Everything has been swapped out, everything has been customized short of, I think, the gauge cluster. Starting right here in the front, this truck has 2006 F350 Harley headlights. These are aftermarket, not OEM, but they are really nice because they have the black housing and the surround, and then obviously the inside is the traditional steel color. This is actually my second set of lights. I had Eagle Eyes off eBay's, which were around $75. After that, I ended up deciding that I wanted to upgrade to something with a little bit more quality because the Eagle Eyes were fading really quickly after about 2 years. So I went with 1A Auto and 2 No Avail. They actually sent me for a little bit more money Eagle Eye branded headlights, so it was the exact same thing that I could have gotten off eBay, and effectively they are what they are. I really like them, and they kind of last for about 2 years before the clear coat starts fading. Inside of these lights I have the switchbacks right here. In the lower, these are VLED switchbacks with VLED headlights. The VLED headlights put out about 3,200 lumens of low beam output with 3,600 lumens of high beam output. For the fog lights, I have 4 factory style fog lights. The 2 in the middle are actually tinted yellow with white bulbs inside of them. They're off right now because I have to disconnect them for the plow harness in the wintertime. The 2 other ones are white. I really do like the yellow and the white combination. At night on dark roads, the white lights are really good for forward visibility, but in the rain or in the snow, the yellow lights offer a tremendous upgrade in visibility because they don't bounce off the rain or the snow and bounce back into my eyes, especially when plowing. I've played around the Valance over the years so much that this is actually, I think, the 5th or 6th version of the Valance that I have. At one point I had a 2016 Valance on the truck, but they were having some clearance issues with this truck, so I ended up going back to the factory Valance that was on the 99 and put 2-inch dual revolution blue amber switch lights. I don't have the blue wired up because obviously that's not legal, but it is there. For the cab lights, I'm not really sure legally what you're allowed to do other than amber, and I see a lot of people more and more do white lights. I ended up going with white on the outer and amber in the 3 middle. These are just LEDs that I got off eBay. If you're familiar with the 99 F350s, they didn't actually have lights in the mirror, so I custom installed and wired these. I didn't want to run the wiring for the turn signal, so what I ended up doing was just wiring the 2 lights together as marker lights, and now I have an amber and a white just to kind of offer a little bit of contrast. I think it looks really cool. Moving on down to the side marker lights below the cab, I went with 5 Peterbilt LED marker lights from Super Bright LEDs. I've had these on the truck for, God, maybe 7 years now, and I don't think I've had any issues with it. I've never had to replace an entire light head. I've lost maybe 1 or 2 diodes and a couple of them, mainly from water getting into them, but other than that, if you seal them before installing them, they've lasted me really well over almost 60,000 miles. Moving on to the lighting in the rear over here, I ended up building this little custom oval box setup with 6 oval Putco LED lights. I think they do a tremendous job of adding a custom effect. I don't think I've ever seen a truck that has this. I actually did this setup before Magnum came out with their back rack LED setup, and over the last, I think, 7 years that I've had these, I put this on like right when I got the truck. These LED taillights are not that great. eBay 60 bucks. It's what I got back in college, and I don't think I had any money to do anything else. Moving down lower, I ended up using 6 Maxima LED 3/4 inches in a custom plate that I built and fabricated right to the back of the bumper sill over here. I think there's no mistaking this truck. If you ever saw it coming down the road once, you're gonna know when you see it a second time. It kind of stands out and definitely leaves a lasting impression. I really don't do a lot of stuff with this truck anymore, mainly because it's no longer my daily driver. I was driving this truck for 120 miles a day, 5 days a week for work, and it was costing me about $140 in fuel, mainly because this truck gets only about 14 miles per gallon on the highway in the summer and maybe 10 or 11 in the wintertime. So there you have it. This was actually one of the first requested things to me on the channel. One of the comments in the very first video was doing a walk around of these lights at night. This is basically my first video for a viewer, and it was by request, which actually feels really cool to say. I'm really excited about how far this channel has progressed, and I can't thank the existing subscribers enough for allowing me to build a channel and a platform. If you are stopping by for the first time, definitely hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I appreciate you watching this video and coming along on this quick trip with me. Until next time, thanks again. Bye.